Hi everyone, welcome to Chef Shelley's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making chicken quesadillas. I love quesadillas, and some of my favorite Mexican restaurants, usually I'll go and I'll almost always order quesadilla when I'm eating Mexican. And I can tell you that my husband Kurtis he always orders quesadilla. So I thought, you know what, let me try to figure out a recipe or way to actually make these at home. So simple ingredients, I've got frozen onion and bell peppers, and this is, you can cut it up fresh if you'd like. But I'd like to use it on several occasions, so I thought, why not? We've got cheese that'll come at the end. Now, the chicken is actually already pre-cooked, so this will be totally up to you how you want to do it. I actually have a chicken rotisserie. I cut it up, and I diced up most of the white meat, and so that's what you see here. And you're going to need either fajita seasoning or taco seasoning, whichever you'd like. And for the portions here, which I would say this would make easily for at least the chicken portion, at least for quesadillas. And then, of course, we're going to try to always keep it healthy, so we're going to add some spinach to it as well. So let's go on and get started. We're going to start with this pan first. And what I'm going to do is just put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom here, just a little bit. And then to that, we're going to go on and add our peppers and our onions and let that get going. Once this gets going, what I'm going to do is I'm going to then add the spinach, and then we're going to add the chicken, and then we're going to add the seasoning so it covers everything. And believe it or not, that's like it in terms of what you need to do to cook all the things that are going on in the inside of the quesadilla. So here again, we're just going to kind of let it cook itself, and it's looking pretty good. And again, I had the pan kind of hot. Okay, so once you kind of got that going, we'll let it, I want to use some of the liquids there. We're going to go on now and add the spinach. And this is really about a handful of spinach. You can add more, you can add less, but this should do the trick. So we're going to let this wilt down a little bit. Now, if you decide that you want to make your chicken, and instead of, getting a rotisserie or something like that, all you have to do, I would recommend you use chicken breast, or if you like dark meat, then chicken thighs, and dice it up. And all you have to do then is put it in a pan like this, just add just a little bit of oil to it. And then what you might want to do is add some of your seasoning to cook it in there, okay? So you can do it that way, or you can do it as I'm doing. You cook the chicken, and then just add it to the vegetables. So again, we're just going to stir it around here nicely. Looks good, looks good. And my spinach is almost wilted. Again, kind of that's what I'm looking for here. All right, so that's pretty much wilted down. You saw how fast that was. Hopefully you can see kind of how that looks. And again, it's still a little bit of moisture in here because it was frozen. I want that because I want it to go with the seasoning. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and add some of this chicken. And we're going to just put it all over like so. And that should be enough for what I'm making now. So we will stir this around a little bit, and then we're going to add to that, we want the seasonings to get in there before all the moisture goes away. So again, you can use taco seasoning, you can use fajita seasoning. The other thing is, if in fact you don't have either one, and you have just some of the essential Mexican kinds of spices, you can just make it up yourself. And you can even look online, what are some of the seasonings that make up a good Mexican spice. So I even have something out there if you want to check when I did, you know, when I did tacos or anything like that, those are out online. So I'm going to put just a little bit more because I want this to be coated nicely. Again, it's actually not the whole pack. It's about a half a pack of seasoning is what I have there. And then basically what we're going to do, I mean, I'm stirring this around. It's looking so good, and I wish, in fact, you could smell it. It smells divine. Okay, it's looking good. I'm going to show you just this pretty color so you can get a sense for kind of what that turned out, how that turned out. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to use my flat pan here to warm up the tortillas, and then that's where we're going to put everything, okay? So I'm going to use my favorite tortilla. Let's just do one. And actually, before I do that, I do want to spray it just a little bit with cooking spray, okay? And I'm going to tell you, I have a little secret weapon here that it's a Cuisinart. And I tell you, I use this weight for making my Reuben or grilled cheese. It's just awesome. So I know, like with quesadillas, you like to have it pressed down. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm really just going to now just fill kind of like halfway with what we just cooked. And again, you see how simple that was? Oh my gosh. Like super, super, super easy and fast. Again, how much ever you want to put on there. And now we're going to just take this, I'm going to fold it over, and we're going to put our handy dandy weight on this and just kind of let this kind of brown. Actually, one thing I just forgot, the cheese. Cheese. Life would not be right without cheese. Certainly can put it on later, but no, we're gonna put it on now. All right, so let's go back. Let's fold it up. Let's put this down. And then while that's doing that, let me get my spatula and we'll be able to turn it. So this is actually lunch for today. Looking so forward to it. Get some of these things out of the way. And I can kind of see the cheese melting, and you're probably like, how long does it take? Again, not very long. And you can even decide if you want to, you know, kind of cook it with the bottom down first. But it's looking really good. So I'm just going to help it out a little bit here, just because I want the cheese to melt and I want it all to come out beautifully and nicely coated. You can get this online. I'll put it actually in the comment section with a link in case you would like to order that. I got mine from Amazon, so I'll just send you the link to that. And the other nice way that you can do this is, for the purposes of the show, I decided to do it this way because I figured kind of most people might have a larger pan. But I also use my own grill. So when I'm cooking these, typically I'll put this on here. I'll clear the surface and I'll cook it that way. All right, so let's take a look at the first side. Looks good, looks good. Oh yes, yay! It's looking wonderful. So we're just gonna let that sit on there. And do you know what the next step in the process is? Eating. So, and certainly you can serve this with your sour cream, and if you want salsa and lettuce and tomatoes. And you can also put it whatever you want on the inside. So if you like jalapenos or whatever, you can put it whatever you want on the inside. A lot of times I will even have them put, you know, my pico de gallo all in the inside and just grill the whole thing. So we're gonna, when we test this, I'm not gonna have all of my fixings next to me. We're gonna just give it a little taste. And I'm using my hands, okay? So don't get offended. But I want you to see just how fast we made this meal. We actually didn't have to do 2 takes with it because it is so very quick. Okay, I would say we're done because first of all, the chicken was already cooked. We cooked the vegetables. We just really want it to brown. So, voila. We now have our chicken quesadilla. Voila. So let's take a little sample. I know typically they will cut this in 3s. And again, if you like it toasty, which I typically like it toasty, you can keep it in longer. If you want it softer, you can do that as well. So let's take a little bite. Look at this. Oh my God, that looks so good, so good. And I know it's really hot, so let's see. Delicioso. Wonderful. I'm going to add myself some salsa to this, a little bit of tomato on the side and lettuce, and this is lunch. So please try it out, and if you find this to be something helpful that a family or friend, share it on your social media sites, the link to the recipe. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Just click the picture, and I come out with a video every other week, a recipe that is simple, delicious, and healthier, perhaps, some twist to make it healthy. So thanks again. Tune in again. Bye.